Hi friends, my name is Megan Bilt. If I haven't had the chance to meet you yet, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. We all are. And shout out to whoever invited you tonight. You're definitely going to want to connect with them again after this makeup masterclass. They're going to have some super fun tools for you. But now it's time to introduce our instructor for tonight. So you guys, this is really fun. Her name is Laura Hunter. She's the CEO of a global cosmetics company. And one of the things, many things that she is famous for is inventing cosmetics. You might have heard of her invention, magnetic eyeliner, but also tools in the cosmetic industry. So you guys, please welcome, and I'm going to pin her, Laura Hunter. Welcome, Laura. I'm going to unmute you, of course, and make you a co-host. So let's see this really quick. I know we're trying to really keep this room on lockdown just to make this event as seamless as possible. Okay, you are a co-host, Laura, so you should be able to go ahead and unmute and have all the things.
There we go. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see everyone. Welcome. All right, so today we are going to talk about very quickly in 15 minutes how to do contour for your face shape. And it's funny because as I was thinking about this, I've done this a number of times, but I usually focus on the different types of shapes of faces and how to change them. But instead, we're going to do this a little bit differently today. Today, we're going to focus on what don't you like about your face and what do you like about your face, how to minimize what you don't like and maximize what you do like with contour and highlight, because that will solve the problem without knowing your face shape. So that makes it easier, I think. All right, so we're going to get right to this. First thing we're going to do is grab our foundations. Okay, so I'm going to use, I already have my base on. You can say I have no eye makeup on or anything. I already have my base on, which is my 120. So whatever color base and whatever brand that you usually use, ours is Tori Bell, and it's called Elements. Whatever one you use, you do your base first. I know a lot of people do this in all sorts of different orders. They put a little bit of this on, they blend it all together. I like to do a base first. So then we're going to pick a color that is a shade or two lighter. So I'm going to go with my 10 foundation, or my concealer, I'm sorry. And I'm going to go with my 140 foundation. So I have a concealer for the lighter areas, and then we have a foundation that's darker into the darker areas, 2 to 3 shades. I'm going 2 shades here. Now you can also do this with powders. So once you've got your base coat on, we're gonna do the same thing. I've got my handy dandy clutch here. It's magnetic, so all my stuff's in it. And as you can tell, I use it a lot every day. So this is I'm gonna do half my face with powder and half with foundation, so you can see the difference also. Just that way, it just will show. All right, so I'm gonna use my 110 powder, and this is my 130. I find that the 130 goes well with my 120. So I'll use that just to cover everything. And then this is 165, which I really like as both a contour and a bronzer. And then this one is 140. All right, so what we're gonna do is pick what we don't like. So if you don't like, say, the height of your forehead, which I don't love the height of my forehead. See, I have a 5 head, I can stick a thumb in there. This is 4, 5, right? I have a 5 head. So if you feel like you could use a little less forehead, then you're definitely going to want to minimize it. So let's say you don't like your cheeks. You think they stick out of it when you smile right here or wherever, up here, here, wherever it is, you don't like the sticky outiness down here. Anything like that, that's something we want to minimize. To minimize, what we do is we make it darker. It's really a lot easier than people recognize, because if you don't like something, you make it darker, it fades away. It's very handy. So I'm going to take my 140 foundation, and I'm going to introduce you guys to a tool that you've probably not seen before unless you're a Tori Bell person. I'm going to clean it all up. This is the Perfect Contour Sponge. So what this does is it's the exact right shape to contour any part of your face. You don't have to have this. You can use your own brushes, whatever you need, but this just makes it super easy. So the way this works is this triangle on both sides matches up here, and you flip it and it's here. It also goes under here. It can go this way or this way, depending on what you're trying to do. Same up here. If you want to be thinner through here and not here, you can do it this way. If you want to be lower here, you're gonna do it this way. So I'm going to take my foundation. Our foundation, you need to shake. So I'm gonna take my foundation, I'm gonna give it a little shake. And I'm just gonna put a little on my palette. You don't need to see it to believe it's there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this guy here. I'm doing it with my fingers because this is not the easiest spot. I'm just going to put a little foundation on there. This will be my foundation side. I'm going to line this right up with my ear, and I'm going to aim it at the corner of my mouth and just roll it on there. Boom. Super easy, right? But you can make a triangle without this, but you just need to know basically the width of your ear in a triangle down to the corner of your mouth. That's what we're looking for. So now we'll do the other side. We'll use the other side of this in our powder. Same thing. We're just going to put powder on here instead. Come on over here, line her up, and wiggle, 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 like the song. Wiggle, wiggle. Perfect. Okay, so now because I think I'm thick right here. Personally, I like to have more cheekbones. So that's why I'm making this go in. So now I think my forehead's really high. So not really high, but I've got an extra finger up there. So I'm going to do my powder side first. So I'm going to do the taller side, the bigger side where I want to minimize, and then roll that against my hairline. See? And we can do the same thing over here with this guy. Right there. Give that a little wiggle wiggle. See, I mean, it's basically the same on both sides. You can do it with either. Okay, now then, what other parts of you might you not like? Me, I don't particularly love the thickness of my nose. So I'm going to use this little straight side. And again, you can use anything straight, a brush or whatnot. And I'm just going to go like that. Give it a little wiggle. Boom. And then I'll do the same thing in the powder. Boom. So I'm doing this in my reflection. I should probably use a real mirror just to make sure I actually don't look weird. Oh, I'm doing good. Okay, same thing we're going to do under the chin. So I'm going to take this guy under the chin, and I have just a little piece of extra there, like a lot of us do. So I'm going to get rid of that by using the larger side. Flip it, make a little triangle. There we go. All right, so now let's talk about highlight. Well, we're going to blend it all together in a second. All right, so highlighter, I like to do under my eyes in a lighter color. Now, this is a big trick. So if you're white like me, your face is basically the same color from the tip of your nose to the edge of your ears. If you're not white, your face is not the same color from the tip of your nose to the edge of your ears. You have at least 2 colors, probably 3. So the midline of your face is going to be lighter and the outside is going to be darker. So when you do your first layer of foundation, you don't actually want to do, if your skin is any darker than white like me, you don't actually want to use the same color on your whole face. You're going to want to use a lighter color here and then a darker color out here. And you can put those both on at once and blend them together and then start doing your contouring and highlighting. So I wanted to add that in really quickly because I realized, I'm looking at people who aren't on my color, and the darker you are, the more colors are in your skin. So you might need 3 colors to really get a nice complexion that blends back and down into your neck like nature does. Because if you use one color on your whole face, I can guarantee you it will be the wrong color somewhere. So make sure that you don't do that. All right, so I'm just going to use my fingers. Fingers are tools. Give this guy a shake, put a little on my finger. And I'm just going to put a dot under each eye. Easy enough. Now you can use the end of this awesome little tool here. I'll do this one with powder so you can see it. Whoop, there was a bug. Oh, it scared me. Okay, so take our lighter color and we're just going to go right down the edge of our nose. You can do this, of course, with your finger. You can do it with this. You can do it with a brush, whatever you want. Most people feel like they have a little bit of a shallow chin. So this is a great time. You can either use this triangle side or this side. Either one's fine to do the chin. So you want to bring that out because if we bring our chin out, it gives us a more pronounced chin, right? Easy peasy. Same thing with if we want to draw attention down our forehead so it doesn't look so high, we'll put a little light right there between our eyes. Simple. Okay. So then, oh my gosh, I don't have my brush. Bob, see, have my husband bring me a brush. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing something. All right, so I'll explain while he grabs me a brush. Hey, Bob, could you grab me the thing of brushes in the other room there? It's like a little tube, has Tory Bell pattern on it. There, he'll give me that. All right, so here's the big trick with under eyes. You do want to do your under eyes after you do your foundation, after you do most of your contour, because it's the thing that like, as you blink, you're moving, it's going to move on you. So you want to do it last. All right, so we're going to take our handy dandy blending brush. You can do this with a brush or a sponge. Start with the dark and just go ahead and blend that in to your first coat. And if you're somebody who doesn't wear a lot of foundation, you can just put some primer on to give this some slip and then do powder. That will also work great. Yeah, just give it a nice little brush. And I don't know about you, what you guys are using, but if you're using something other than our products and they're not totally waterproof, or at least not pretty waterproof, you're going to probably also want to do a spray after just to set everything. Ours, you don't need to, but we do have a great waterproofing spray. If you need one, it's called, hold up. All right. I always forget under here, you guys, I remembered. All right, so now after I got the dark done, I'm just gonna wipe that off. There we go, get the light spots. And then do under my eyes. And under my eyes, I'm just gonna stipple. You don't wanna pull under your eyes, just stipple.
I love this, Laura, because instead of just taking each individual face shape and creating a map for everyone, which we actually do have a resource that
We do,
send,
yeah.
You're saying what face shape, what do you want to minimize and what do you want to expose?
Right.
Like for instance, I have like a bald spot right here. So like maybe
yeah, we could darken that guy. Yeah, just a little darker. A little darker right there. Yeah, perfect. Just like that. So now, while you guys are finishing that up, we'll just talk through kind of some other things. Let's say you're the opposite. Let's say you have a very low forehead. Let's say you have a 3 head and you're like, wow, I wish I had some more forehead. You're going to do it backwards. You're going to put a lighter color up here, even maybe a highlighter to really bring that up. Same thing with the tops of your cheeks. So we can use our lightest color. I'll do it with the powder. Let me see. I'll do it with a brush. You guys can see. Grab one of our brushes, put it in your lightest color. And then you can also just do that very top of your cheek. If you feel like you just don't have a lot of cheek height, that'll really bring your cheeks up because it looks like sun hitting it. So it gives a reflection. Anywhere you see a reflection makes people think the sun is hitting it, which makes people think it's sticking out. A little bit more there. If you want to do the tip in the nose, there we go. So pretty easy. Anywhere you don't like, make it darker. Anything you do like, make it lighter. And you've done it right. It's a lot easier than people think it is.
The next one's going to be Tuesday, March 28th at 6 p.m. Pacific. And stay tuned to see what the title of that masterclass will be. Again, you can register in Eventbrite and you can find that, of course, just type in 15-minute makeup masterclass. Or you can go to Tori Bell Cosmetics Facebook page and go to the event tab and register there as well. We've increased our number of registrants this time because we sold out pretty rapidly. So fear not, invite away and have a great night, you guys. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.